Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking the mechanics of something absolutely wild happening right now, the modern AI gold rush. We're seeing the rise of this fascinating barbell economy. On one end of the barbell, you've got these massive trillion-dollar tech giants fighting for global resources. But on the exact opposite end, that's where it gets interesting. Single individuals are capturing unprecedented wealth just by leveraging what those giants are building. We're going to look at exactly how this works, the hidden traps that are literally destroying new businesses, and most importantly, how you can position yourself to capture 10x value as a single person in what's quickly becoming known as the agentic age.
To really grasp the scale of what's happening, let's start with a kind of crazy story. 15,000. That is the population of Anguilla. It's a tiny Caribbean island, literally just 35 square miles. Yet, over the last few years, this small nation has been raking in millions and millions of dollars. How? Well, they're collecting a digital tax. They just happen to own the country code domain for .ai. So every startup rushing to join this artificial intelligence boom is paying them for that domain name. It's a literal gold rush out there, and the rules of wealth creation are being rewritten in real time.
So, here's our roadmap for today. 1. The trillion-dollar foundation. 2. The one-person empire. 3. Traps of the gold rush. And 4. Building real defensible value.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the trillion-dollar foundation, the giants paving the way. Before any single person can extract all that value, there has to be an underlying system, right? And the sheer scale of the infrastructure required to make this AI economy function is, well, it's staggering. $4 trillion. The general consensus right now is that we're sitting in the dip of what's called Eric Bringelfand's productivity J-curve. Basically, historically speaking, with any major technological shift, think steam power or electricity, it takes a solid decade of learning, process changes, and massive hidden expenses before the technology actually breaks even and goes parabolic. Right now, we are in that massive gestation period. Projections show an astonishing $4 trillion in capital expenditure will be dropped on AI factories by 2030 before the massive net present value really kicks in.
And all that money is flowing into a very specific physical supply chain. It's like a giant puzzle. Step 1 is ASML. They're a Dutch company with a literal monopoly on these $200 million laser machines that carve the chips. Step 2 is TSMC. They take those lasers and run the world's most advanced chip factories, clearing about $35 billion in profit, because, well, if they stop, the entire industry just shuts down. Step 3 is NVIDIA, using those factories to build the GPUs that actually train the models, which is what pushed their market cap past $3 trillion. And finally, step 4, you have the hyperscalers. Think Amazon and Google building the colossal data centers to house the whole shebang.
But here is the fascinating twist. Silicon isn't even the real bottleneck anymore. The real constraint, the actual bottom of the modern tech stack, is energy. Energy is the new oil. These hyperscalers are literally fighting for gigawatts of power. We're seeing companies deploy massive capital, trying to revitalize completely desolate areas into thriving towns simply to house the highly skilled plumbers and liquid cooling experts they desperately need. I mean, tech giants are even turning to nuclear power just to plug their chips in. It's wild.
Moving right along to Section 2, the one-person empire. 10x value through leverage.
So that foundation is massive, it's expensive, and it's super physical, but it builds into the exact opposite end of the spectrum for the end user. We're going to execute a sharp pivot away from the Goliaths here to focus on the Davids, the hyper-leveraged solo founders extracting the real gold. If we contrast the old way of building a company with the new, I mean, the difference is night and day. The old business model was purely a numbers game. Raise capital, hire 100 people, and manage massive coordination costs and HR overhead. Today, the baseline of work has completely shifted. The new model is one founder using 10 highly specific AI tools acting as a digital workforce, achieving infinite reach. It is no longer about headcount, guys. It is about tool stacking to build that 10x value.
Let's ground this in a real-world example so you can see it in action. Take a standard fitness coach. A few years ago, serving 12 clients was exhausting. Today, that single coach can use an AI tool stack to automatically generate personalized outreach emails, repurpose their long YouTube videos into dozens of shorts, track client data to flag issues before they even happen, and auto-generate progress reports. They can even deploy a 24/7 AI agent trained on their very specific knowledge base to handle client queries. That one person is operating like a fully staffed, round-the-clock agency. We are witnessing a literal 100-to-1 transformation right before our eyes. There are actually documented cases of marketing agency founders who spent a decade building up a 100-person operation, dealing with all the overhead and burnout that comes with that. And now, we are seeing that exact same content delivery process and output replicated by a single person, one human being, effectively 10x their output by stringing the right AI automations together. This means the barrier to competing with massive legacy agencies has effectively dropped to zero.
And this unbelievable leverage isn't just for operations either. It's for building the actual software itself, thanks to this mind-blowing phenomenon called vibe coding. Vibe coding is basically the ability to create functional apps simply by describing them to tools like Cursor, Bolt, or Lovable. You literally press record, you yap about your idea, and the AI builds the front end, the back end, and deploys it. You don't write a single line of code. It makes entrepreneurship entirely permissionless. It is truly awe-inspiring that a solo founder sitting in a hotel room can launch an app in 48 hours that used to take a whole team of engineers months and millions of dollars to build. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Section 3, Traps of the Gold Rush, the zombie startup.
As amazing as all that frictionless creation sounds, we really need a reality check here. It has a dark side. It has led to the creation of thousands of what we call zombie startups, companies that might actually have users or revenue today, but are virtually guaranteed to be dead in 12 months. According to industry experts, these companies are falling for 5 deadly startup sins: building on rented land, vibe coding to nowhere, solving problems that AI has already solved, hitting the AI fatigue wall, and succumbing to innovators' bias. Let's break down a few of the most dangerous ones. Trap number 1 is just devastating: building on rented land. This happens when a founder treats a massive platform like OpenAI or Claude as permanent infrastructure. They'll spend 8 months building this clever prompt layer productivity tool, and then, one Friday afternoon, OpenAI just ships that exact same feature natively for free. Boom, game over. If your only unfair advantage is that you're built on top of ChatGPT, you have a massive platform dependency, you don't have a defensible business.
So, the absolute crucial point here is how to avoid these traps, especially that vibe coding to nowhere trap, where you build a beautiful product that nobody actually wants. The antidote is the 48-hour validation fix. Step 1, stop coding entirely. Seriously, put the keyboard down. Step 2, go talk to 10 real customers. Validate their actual current problem. See what they are paying for today. Then, try to pre-sell your solution before it even exists. Only once you have a real commitment, like actual revenue or a letter of intent, do you finally use AI to build it, because building is still the most expensive form of learning, even when you're using AI.
And remember this, pitching something as AI-powered is no longer a flex. Honestly,
Customers
it's becoming a
don't
red
want more
flag.
AI tools.
We've hit the AI
They want their
fatigue wall.
existing problems
Customers are just
solved.
tired of over-promised technology. If your customer has to sit
Customers
there and
don't want
understand
more
your
AI
complex
tools.
AI
They
architecture
want
to
their
see the
existing
value,
problems
you've already
solved.
lost them. The people who win are the ones who make the AI
Customers
completely
don't want more
invisible
AI tools.
and simply
They
deliver
want
an
their
outcome.
existing problems solved.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, building real defensible value. If prompt wrappers are dying out and SaaS is completely saturated, where are the durable fortunes actually being made in this gold rush? Well, it seems like everyone is fighting over knowledge work right now. For example, the highly hyped AI legal services space is a $1 trillion global market. But look at the global manufacturing industry. It's a $20 trillion market. It's essentially a massive 20x larger green field. Because at the end of the day, everything around us is built in physical factories, and this space is drastically underserved by modern AI. A perfect example of true defensibility is a Y Combinator-backed startup called Syrian. They aren't building just another chat interface. They deploy video agents. They use standard cameras on actual factory floors to monitor critical production lines. Their AI models understand what a fallen bottle or a jammed conveyor belt looks like, and they can respond in real time. They can either alert the operators or physically stop the machine themselves to prevent downtime. Now that is real-world workflow integration. That is incredibly hard for an underlying AI model to just replicate on its own. But to stay objective here, we do have to look at the broader financial reality of this entire market right now. As some analysts point out, the industry is facing a bit of a contradiction. We are currently measuring activity. How many data centers are being constructed, how many billions of dollars of chips are being bought. But what matters long-term is productivity. Is the end customer actually earning more money, saving meaningful time, or delivering a better service?
If the massive infrastructure spending outpaces the actual productivity gains at the customer level, we could very well see a market correction where only the truly useful, defensible products survive.
Ultimately, whether you're out there building a solo empire or working in a massive corporation, the baseline of competence has permanently shifted. The absolute most important takeaway from this explainer is this: AI will not replace you, but a person using AI will. The person sitting next to you isn't necessarily working harder, they are working smarter, utilizing these exact tools to operate 5 times faster.
So I'll leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up. The tools to build your own digital workforce are completely accessible to you today. The barriers to entry have literally been erased. So how will you rebuild your own skill set to ensure you are the one person capturing 10x value in this new agentic age? It's time to start experimenting. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.